How is everybody? Happy Thursday. I cannot believe, good morning, Linda. I can't believe it is already, oh my gosh, what is up with this filter? Hello, Crystal. Hello, Richard. I think we have another filter on here again. And this drives me crazy. Settings. Let's see if we can do that. Nope. All right. Well, I'm just going to be a weird color this morning. Hello, Florida girl. And it's just, I apologize for that, but I look very Oompa Loompa-ish this morning. How is everybody? Like I said, I cannot believe that it's already October and it's already Thursday. To me, oh shoot. To me, that's just crazy. What is up with this? There. No, why is that like that? Hello? Oh, I guess I just need more cord. Get it together, Lonnie. Get it together. Let's put this here. So I did a little bit something different last night. Let's see if I can't move that. There. I did something a little bit different last night. Good morning, Shannon. So last night I actually played a video game while I was live, and it was so much fun. And I am going to do that again. I'm going to do that again tonight. It was a lot of fun. And I did Stardew Valley. And if you've never heard of it before, it's fun. I had never heard of it before myself, and it was fun. So just going to hang out today. I found this book, and it's called The 12,000 Dreams Interpreted. And I thought we would do some fun stuff today. I'm actually going to read my horoscope. I have not done that in a very long time, but I thought it would be kind of fun to read my horoscope. And if you want to tell me your sign, I will read yours also. And it's not like I think it's set in stone, but sometimes I think it just helps to have like a positive intention for the day. And sometimes if it just gives you something to focus on, it's well worth it. So I am going to I'm going to read my horoscope. And if you want to let me know what yours is, thank you, Doobie Ruby. Thank you so much for all the likes. I appreciate that. Hello, Fiddy. We have Doobie Ruby. You are hitting that button, and I appreciate you so much. I was going to say, don't be shy. Don't be shy. You can tap away. The more you tap, the more people know that I'm doing a good job. And Taurus. All right, Linda's a Taurus. So let's start with Taurus. Okay. Now, a Taurus, if I remember correctly, Linda, is that May? Is that March or May? Because, hello, Anne. Okay, Anne, I need if you want me to, I'll read your horoscope this morning. But my mom, I think my mom was a Taurus, and she was she was a Ram, May. So your birthday has to be in May. I'm just going to keep on making stuff up. April, okay. Shannon, okay, yours is April also. Cancer, Doobie Ruby, we got Cancer. All right, let's get this going here. May, I knew it. Because it was really funny, because it was just my dad, my mom, and then me and my sister. And I was a Leo. My mom was an Aries. Is that the one with the ram? And then my sister was a Taurus. So my poor dad had no chance at all. He was surrounded by extremely strong women. Morning, I'm a Virgo. Okay, cool. We got good ones. Ooh, 420. Shannon, that's awesome. All right, my overalls aren't really overalls. It's a little tunic. And you're getting a little sneak peek at today's outfit, but this is what I'm wearing. And these are the pants. Okay, you know that these are the pants that I got from Free People, and they're like super sheer. And so I can wear, so I can do the no pants look. You know the no pants look where it's like You can walk around with just like no pants on. I think that's a really cute look, but I have to wear pants. So I thought by getting these, super sheer pants, I could pull off that look. And I got the tunic from Free People of all places, which people are always like, "Oh my God, why do you still wear their stuff when they don't even acknowledge you exist?" I'm like, because I like their stuff. Daily horoscope. All right. It reminds me of an artist's smock with all those pockets. Yeah, and it's a tunic, and it's a little too short to wear without anything under it. But it's, I could, but I'm much more comfortable with having these little pants on. Okay, so let's go to horoscope today, because that one just seems like, it's a horoscope for today. So Linda is a Taurus. So first, okay. So for a Taurus for today, it says people may be bearing down hard on you. They will have some facts to back themselves up. Your brain is like a computer storing bits of information to use at times like this. No one is safe against a mental and an emotional arsenal like yours. If you've done your homework and prepared well, the challenges should prove to be no problem for you. All right? So, Linda, does that kind of does that ring true? So I'll read it again. People may be bearing down hard on you. They will have facts to back themselves up. Your brain is like a computer. Your brain is like a computer storing bits of information to use at all times like this. No one is safe against a mental and emotional arsenal like yours. If you've done your homework and prepared well, the challenges shall prove to be no problem for you. So there you go. All right, so let's see what else we got here. Doobie Ruby is a Cancer. Let's see what we got for you, my friend. So you were born between June and July. And yours is, you're in a sticky emotional battle in which someone is trying to twist your words or make you look like the bad guy. As soon as you try to get a project started, someone moves counter to your aims. Perhaps this is all due to a misunderstanding. Take the time to clear the air of all relationships. Does that ring true? I mean, I'm kind of curious to see if these are like anywhere near. Okay, let's do Libra, an emotional arsenal. You know what? Truthfully, true. I did like that saying a lot, and I think that we all need to make sure that our emotional arsenal is always just updated and we're checked in with ourselves. Linda says, yes, having a problem with an eBay seller and I'm trying to sort out. There you go. You got it. And you've done your homework, Linda, and you've got it. All right. So, Libra, next, please. Okay, Libra. All right, Libra. You're in there's like a whole lot of weird stuff here. So, Libra, you're in for some unexpected surprises, but don't worry because most of them will be exciting and welcome. Prepare yourself by being open and accepting of other people and the new situations they bring. The path of least resistance will take you exactly where you need to go. Move towards people who radiate loving, positive energy. I'm like, that would be moi. All right, open and accepting, absolutely. All right, so I am going to get to all of ours. Just hang in there. Gemini. All right, so we did Libra. Let's do Gemini. Okay, Gemini. Here, this is for Gemini. Oh, thank you, Mama. I appreciate the rose. Ready? Gemini. This is a great day for you. You may feel like you can exercise more of your freedom. Break any shackles that seem to be holding you back. There is no reason to feel hindered. Your adventurism added your adventurism attitude is brave, and there is no great deal of territory to conquer. Get focused and go. You have the green light. I like that one. There is no, okay, yep. Yep, that one was Gemini. Okay, really quick, let's read mine. Mine's a Leo. And then, where in the heck is Leo? Oh, here it is. All right, and then we will do Aquarius. All right, so Leo, that's a good one too, yeah. Ooh, yes, Lauren liked that one. Okay, Leo, and this one is for me and all the Leos in the house. Okay, it says, friendships goes surprisingly well for you now, so look to them for support you seek. Future plans may be uncertain, so don't worry about them now. It's important to bask in each moment and give thanks for every breath. You should feel good, so take aggressive action. I like that. You know what? I did wake up very, very thankful. And so friendships go surprisingly well. Yeah, I got everything going on with my friends. Future plans may be uncertain. You know what? Every day is uncertain for me. And it's just, so don't worry about them. And sometimes I do catch myself being very like, if I do this now, what's going to bring it for tomorrow? So just going to settle in. I'm not going to stress and I'm going to feel good. All right. Shelter Dog Strong. We got... Hello, Warrior the Day. How are you? I think I said that wrong, but I am so sorry. Let's see here. Capricorn. Okay, and Shelter Dog Strong, which one did and we want Aquarius too. So we'll do Capricorn, and thank you for pinning that. I appreciate that. Okay. Capricorn. Okay, there you go. You may feel like a mouse trying to get cheese in the middle of the kitchen floor. From the corner, you can see the cheese in a distance, yet you know a cat lurks nearby. As soon as you step into the open and out of your protected spot, the cat will react quickly and with great force. You might just want to wait until another day before grabbing the cheese. Wow, that one was very made you think. So I have to ask Sarah, is there something that you've been contemplating doing that now, Aquarius? Oh, cool. So is there something going on that you're thinking about doing? Because it clearly says right here, if you're doing anything like that's really big in your life that you need to hold off on a little bit. I mean, I'm just curious to know, is there anything, is that true? Is there anything like that? Get that cheese. Okay, so, all right, do we have, I've just got offered a new job. Well, I mean, truthfully, gosh, I don't want to tell you to sit and think on it. I mean, if you like it and if that's your dream job, I say go for it. Go for it, especially if that's what you want. Yeah. And sometimes, and here's the thing though, is that sometimes you just have to run for the cheese. Because if you always just sit and wait for the coast to be clear, there's no guarantee that it's ever going to be a great time. So I say, if you want that cheese, darn it, you run your little mouse feet off and you go grab that cheese, because sometimes you just don't get the second opportunity. So you run and grab the cheese, Sarah. That's going to be my saying all day long. People are going to be looking at me weird. I have to go to Costco after this, and I'm just going to be randomly, I'm going to be like, grab the cheese, Sarah. They're going to be like, what in the heck are you talking about? And I'm just going to be like, just grab the cheese. Tonky Van Brugel says, hey girl, I love you and your tattoos. Thank you so much. Sarah, that's going to be my saying. Like I said, that's going to be my saying today. It's just, if anybody asks me a question, I'm just going to be like, grab the cheese, Sarah. Just grab the damn cheese. Kara says, did you read Virgo? Even if I did, I'll reread it again. No, I don't think I have. if I read Virgo, I don't even remember. So I'm just going to read Virgo. This one's for you, Kara. It says, lessons come in odd shapes and sizes today, so don't feel like you need to make an immediate sense of every little thing. Instead of over analyzing everything and becoming paralyzed by the emotions you feel, take decisive action and make mistakes. This is where lessons come in. Let them teach you what you need to know. So, Kara, just run and grab the cheese, my friend. Just run and grab the cheese. It's Gretz from Holland. Hello, my friend. How are you? So I just think that, again, it's like, I mean, and even Kara's right here just said that sometimes we get almost paralyzed by over analyzing things, and sometimes I think that we just need to go for it. I'm very spontaneous. I always have been. Sometimes I don't really I guess maybe I don't think things all the way through. I try to, but sometimes I just sometimes I don't. That's just the way it is. End of story. And that's just what I'm going to say. Hmm. And today was a day for a big coffee mug. There was no messing around with little coffee mugs. Now, did we read Cancer yet? Oh, yes, we did. Okay. I already read Leo. Scorpio. Let's read Scorpio. All right. We have, if you are a Scorpio, here's your horoscope. You may feel like you're driving on a highway and suddenly all the lanes merge. This bottleneck should cause you tension and difficulty. Your first reaction may be to let all the other people go by. Keep in mind that on a day like this, you'll never get where you need to go unless you're more aggressive. Ooh, let's read that one again because that one's pretty cool. So I personally think, you know what, and I know that it's like specifically for some birthdays, but I think things like this sometimes just radiate what you need to hear. And so far, I don't know if you've caught the underlying theme of today's live, but a lot of these horoscopes are about making decisions, not over analyzing, kind of going for it, just grabbing the gusto. And I 100%, I think like back in life, like where would I be if I hadn't have taken just risks that were super scary? I mean, one of the scariest risks that I've taken, that I've ever taken is getting sober. And it was probably one of the scariest things I've ever done because well, if you're not in an active addictive state, you might not understand. Leaving my job was huge. But if you're not in that active addictive state, not knowing what's on the other side of addiction and not knowing what sobriety feels like is huge and scary. And that's why it was like one of the scariest things I ever did. And then also, too, Anne points out, like when I gave up my corporate job, I'd been doing that job for probably 15 years. No, because my sister passed away 17 years ago. So I'd been in escrow. I'd been in escrow for about 17 years. And when I decided that I wanted to be, on social media full time, it was so scary because it's like, what happens? What happens if I don't make it? What happens if people don't find me interesting? What happens if it doesn't work? And I kept on telling myself, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? And it wasn't until I tried. I'm like, you're never going to know what happens until you try. So a lot of these horoscopes are telling us to, make these moves and don't overthink it, because I mean, it would have been really easy for me to still be contemplating going full time into social media and still be working at a corporate job that I hated. So, it's just make those tough choices. Mama J and Stevie the dog says, I'll be sober for 2 years in November. Congratulations, my friend. That is no easy feat. And sometimes I forget how absolutely monumental becoming sober is, because I have a tendency to downplay it a little bit, but it's a huge superhero kind of hello Marissa Miller, my friend, how are you? But it's a super flex, man. You be proud of that and you pat yourself on the back. If it doesn't work out, worst case, you can always go back to work elsewhere. You know what? That's what I kept telling myself. And it was like at the end of the day, I'm like, well, Lenny, what's the worst thing that could happen? You go back to work. And I'm like, yeah, I guess that's the worst thing that could happen. But I think it was more of the fear of failure. Because you know what? A lot of times I can be very ego based. Um, and I mean, in all honesty, I mean, and I try to be super honest with you, but sometimes I do get a little ego based. And it's not because I think I'm better or because I think like, oh, I do this better than anybody else, but it's kind of like my defense shield. And I was like, well, I don't want to fail. You know what? I would have to go back to escrow and be like, it didn't work out. I couldn't make it work. So I'm back. And part of my ego was like, ooh, that's the worst thing that could ever happen. And truthfully, it wasn't the worst thing that could ever happen. The worst thing that could ever happen would be to be unemployed and not being able to find a job. So it was kind of like a whole reality check of my mentality. And once I got my thought patterns in the right order, it was easy peasy. Thank you. You're very welcome. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. And Anne says that is very valid fear, but that's a very valid fear, but what ifs aren't something fun to live with either. Absolutely, they're not. My ego is very career centered and I hate it. Yes, 100%. Yes, and Kara, I had the support of my children, but on the other hand, they also too were very guarded because they didn't want to get their hopes up that I was going to get sober. So they were supportive yet guarded, if that makes any sense. Because for them, it would have been really hard for them to have seen me sober and then go back to being an alcoholic again. So I did have it, but I tried to not like, they were a little guarded. That's all I got to say. Perspective is powerful. Absolutely. Good morning, Cynthia. My ego. Okay, let's talk about ego in your career. It doesn't make you speak better English, but hello, Betty. But it doesn't serve you any positivity and it doesn't serve you any good. Sometimes when we let that ego driven kind of I have to be the best in my field kind of mentality get the best of you, you put your job before yourself. And I 100% did that. I mean, I 100% was like, I have to be the best escrow officer in the world. I have to do more deals than anybody else. I have to just do this and I have to do that. And it drove me to working hours that I probably didn't need to work. I missed a lot of life trying to be better than everybody else, I guess it was. And it's looking back at it now, I see where my mistakes were, and I just really work on it today. Now, Cynthia says, being self-employed, I feel that. Yes. And being in social media, it is a catch-22 like no other. Because again, I'm very ego-based, all right? I want to be the best. It's just who I am. It's part of my DNA. And then I'm sitting here and I'm working on social media. I'm putting up my videos. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And I see people go viral, or I see people like just go right past me. Oh, Mama J, thank you so much for my heart hand. But I see people go right past me, and they're like, one day they have like 10,000 viewers, and the next thing I know, they have 10 million. And I have learned, and I'm being very honest with you, but I have learned by doing this that it's been my own struggle. And again, I'm being very honest with you. And sometimes I share with you some of the I mean, I don't always just paint the perfect picture of me, but I've learned to not be jealous, I guess is the way I could put it. And instead of me being like, well, why are they getting success and I'm not? I have, through learning my own path, I now can be like, awesome, good for you. I'm really happy that you have your success. And one day, you know what? One day I'll get mine. Or, one day I can, have as many followers as you. And it's been really healthy for me because again, it's taken the other way took my joy away. If that makes any sense. When I wanted to be like more successful than everybody else, I was not enjoying the moment. And sometimes when I get this really like honest with you, I put myself into a hot flash, and that is exactly what I'm did right now. Um, because it's just like sometimes I don't want to always just be like, well, I'm only going to tell them the good things about me. I like to tell you the honest things about me too, because I think sometimes that just helps. It helps us grow. Um, Cynthia says, we are the best simply because there's only one of you, and that's what makes humans special. Absolutely. And then Cynthia also says, being unapologetically yourself is success to me. Yeah, and I've learned that, and it's been really like a breath of fresh air for me. And it's gotten to the point where it's like I said, instead of me wishing like I had that success, I can now just be like, well, good for them. You know what? I'm really happy for them. And I it comes from my heart, and it gives me joy instead of me being like, well, I guess I just need to sleep less and work more, because that's the pattern. That's that little inner thing in the back of your head that talks to you and tells you not so nice things. Because when I was trying to keep up with everybody else, Marissa says, I love open discussions about the ego. I 100%, anytime you want to talk about it, I am there. But that little voice in the back of my head, that's the one that was just feeding that ego driven kind of thought. That's the one where I would be like, well, I guess I don't need to get 8 hours sleep. Or, you know what, had I have worked harder, or had I have picked a better outfit, or had I have done this, Lonnie, why didn't you do that? Next time you better do this. It becomes very, it almost like it becomes like an everyday thought, and it just makes you so unhappy. Cynthia says, I'm definitely a victim to perfectionism, though it's a hard balance. Yes. But I also found that perfectionism, Vegan Dave says, Lonnie is like the cool kid at the table. So long as it's the kiddie table, I absolutely am the cool kid. For me, the perfectionism all comes back to past trauma. And because I used to think like when I was younger, had I had done things better, or had I have done this, or had I have not gotten into trouble, then, had I have cleaned the house better, then things would, my dad wouldn't have yelled all night long. And so it drove me to always like, if something went bad, I instantly blamed myself. And that in itself is a really hard pattern to get out of. But again, my whole journey is of just realizing that I only have control over so much. And that control is not perfect. It's easy to let our emotions take over just because you feel some way doesn't determine your value. Absolutely. Let's see here. Vegan Dave says, me too. Well, you know what? If nothing else, I have a gift for gab, which is actually comes in really handy when you're on social media and you're live as much as I am. If I wasn't comfortable talking, this would not be the same kind of live. Marissa says, I am the same way. It's so hard to break out of that sometimes. Yeah, but you know what, Marissa? And here's the constant thing that I remind myself, and hopefully this will help you too. Sometimes, like reliving all that past, kind of like, I have to be a perfectionist. I have an ego. I have to be better, and I have to be that. The only purpose it serves at the end of the day is taking our happiness from us. All right. We don't get joy when we're a perfectionist. All right. Joy is for somebody else. Happiness is for somebody else to celebrate because we're too busy trying to figure out how to be perfect. And it's like, anytime that our ego steps up and we're like, well, we should have done this better, or, we make the wrong decision because it's ego based. The only thing that did was rob us of our happiness. And I'm going to tell you right now, because you all know I've been sober now for about 8 years. Happiness is new to me. All right. This isn't something that's been hanging out with me for 59 years. This is like a new thought and a new process. So I have determined very boldly, I guess it is, how I am going to, good morning, Joni, how I'm going to protect my happiness, because it's not something that I'm guaranteed. And it's not something that, I think is like, well, it's here, it's just going to stick around forever. So I'm very protective of that. Let's see here. Resilient bitch, which I love your name. I became a workaholic during the pandemic and now I'm struggling to stop. Well, I think that happened, truthfully. I think that probably happened because, when the pandemic happened, it was a scary time. Let's just face it. We had a lot of uncertainty, whether it was about the virus or the economy. Just everything was suddenly just toilet paper. We had no idea if we were even going to have toilet paper anymore. So what happened is that you focused on that one thing you had control over, and that was your work and the amount of work you made and the amount of work that you put into it. And now you just have to constantly remind yourself that you no longer have that. And I would really seriously, I would try to ease up on that, because again, it's not fun. I've lived that life, and you just got to just constantly remind yourself that it's okay to just kind of start breathing a little bit more. Then Cynthia says, I totally relate. I also have ADHD, and it's so hard to be a perfectionist when my brain won't work. Yes, and I absolutely 100% agree. And have you thought about just like doing like little mini meditations throughout the day? Maybe just take you don't even have to lay down. You don't have to be in the dark. You don't have to do anything, but maybe just listen to one song with your eyes closed. Because for me personally, if I have this repeating pattern that's not a healthy, good repeating pattern in my mind, I need to almost physically break that wheel. And the way I do that is with music. And so if I sit there and just close my eyes and listen to a song and I concentrate on the words, it's like it stops my brain from that just me kind of thing. So that works for me. Another thing that I've done is I put a rubber band on my wrist and I'll just snap my wrist, and it's kind of like, oh, wow, yeah, nope, got to stop that. So those are just 2 ideas that I did. Marissa says, exactly. Hello, Texas. Comparison is the thief of joy. I live by that. Absolutely. Resilient says, hold on here. Hello. Oh, thank you, Mama. Hello. I think you're a beautiful soul. Thank you so much. OMG, same happiness is new to me. I feel that. Yeah. Yes. And with that thought, I daily kind of give myself a mental tune-up, if that's any sense. And that's one of the reasons I go to the gym. I don't really go to the gym for working out. Yeah, it's a plus, but it just gives me a time to be like, okay, Lonnie, how you doing? How's this? How's that? Check in here. Okay, you're good on that. And I find that it just kind of sets my intention for the day of where I need to put my focus. And I'm going to tell you right now, everybody, the thing that was really new for me, and I think the thing that has helped me the most, is I started having compassion for myself. I started forgiving myself just like I forgive the people I love. I'm not perfect. I am a big old, wow, that's a huge lizard. I am a big old bundle of just malfunction, but I have compassion about that. And if I'm having a bad day, I don't get mad at myself for having a bad day. I open up a thing of mashed potatoes and I eat that. And sometimes our perfectionism, it focuses on us, and we need to just give ourselves a break. 100%. Hello, Maricela. How are you, my friend? Hello, hello. Treat yourself like you would a friend that you love. 100%. 100. I think I missed a couple. The rubber band, both good ideas. Yes, Cynthia. And also, too, and here's another thought, and this is kind of something I do, is my tattoos are very significant for me. And sometimes when I'm in a situation where I'm a little like, I need help, I rub my arm. And I rub it because it's like, I remember my family. And I have told people in the past just to put like a little black button on their arm, and when they need to reset, when they feel like everything is jumbling around them, push your reset button. And those little things really, really, really do help. Now, I apologize. I got behind on my comments. So if I missed anybody's comment and I have not answered you, if you want to, Maricela, have a good day at work. If you want to re-ask the question, I'm trying to get caught up. Please don't feel like I'm ignoring you. I 100% am not, but please re-ask the question. Okay, Joni says, you can't pour from an empty cup. Downtime is important self-care. Absolutely, 100%. Good morning, Courtney. M. Harry 68 says, hi from Scotland. You're such an inspiration and a breath of fresh air. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Same. Okay. Congratulations on your success. Treat yourself as you would treat your best friend. First time here from Mexico. Gave up drinking when I was 23. Thank goodness I'm heading down a good path. Awesome. Congratulations. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to find that. Hello, hippie cinema, my friend. There it is. Spec Homes 2024. I stopped drinking 24 years ago to focus on my business and life, now 49. That is awesome. And again, what an amazing superhero power. And if anything else, I think that we need to wear a cape that just says, I'm sober. And it's so funny because I get comments, and not rude comments, because a lot of times people are very sober curious, and there's such a huge difference between hey, I think I'm going to have a beer this weekend and I can't stop drinking no matter how hard I try. So if you struggle with the latter, where it's like you open up one beer and you can't stop until you're out, then I really just wish you would seek sobriety, because there is such a beautiful life beyond that sort of cage of addiction. I mean, it is beautiful out there. What kind of business do you run? You are my business. I am full-time social media, and I've been full-time here for about a year and a half. So a year and a half. You know what, Courtney? I think partly it's how my camera's angled a little differently and the lighting. But yeah, no, I was looking. I really like my makeup today. Cynthia says, this is random, but your eyes and buzzed hair remind me of an actress, Maisie Williams. Oh, thank you. You know what? I buzzed my hair the other day, and it was so, okay. Let's talk about the freedom of buzzing your hair. Now, y'all know that I have struggled my entire life. Happiness is new to me. I felt like when I buzzed my hair the very first time, like all of that, and excuse my language, but like all of that shit of my past, of just all of that negativity, everything that was holding me down was like, there it goes, there it goes. And it was so much more beyond. Hair holds energy. Yes, I had no idea. And I am telling you right now, I don't care if you want a buzz cut. I don't care if you keep a buzz cut. But if there is something about your past that is just dragging on with you, oh my gosh, I will buy you a pair of clippers and buzz your hair. It was, I don't know if I can explain the liberating feeling that I felt, but it was like somebody pulled off a hood off my face. I felt like I was like had a blindfold on. I felt like I was carrying around a wet blanket on my head. And I'm telling you right now, you can grow your hair back, but the energy that you're going to have with your new hair going forward is going to just be like insane. Cynthia says, I just cut my bangs short again last night and I feel so much better. Awesome. And I think that that's why I buzz my hair maybe every 7 days, every 10 days. I'm just because to me, it feels like I get a new little fresh start. And I really start to feel a little, I don't know. I start to feel a little weird when my hair gets any longer than this. And I love it. And it's so weird because by the time I cut my hair, I had 2 full sleeves. I had a style that was pretty much my own. And I thought I had all the confidence that I needed. And that is clearly not the case. Cynthia says, that's why I love being a hairstylist because you can feel the relief from people. See, now that's really cool, Cynthia. And I think that that's awesome. But I'm telling you right now, a lot of hairdressers that I've been to, they're so reluctant to do something like this. I mean, my regular barber, he was like, I couldn't have done that for you, Lonnie. He goes, I would have been like really worried that you would have not liked it. And I'm like, it's my head. I was telling you I wanted it done. So I did just go and I found a barber and she cut it off. And she cut it longer. She didn't buzz it. She kind of gave me like kind of like an old man haircut. And I was just like, no, sweetheart, this has got to go. So she buzzed it the whole way. Joni says, Nordstrom's rack popped off Tuesday, 1460 Pascal Maxes and Quad Max totally channeled you and Shopping Universe came through. Ooh, that is really cool. And also to some Free People stuff. So you guys, if you want, check the rack for some Doc Martin stuff and some Free People stuff. And so, yeah, no. And you know what, truthfully, I don't think I've ever spoken really about that feeling of when I buzzed my hair before. Because I just never really associated it so much of where I am today. So, yeah, no, buzz your hair. Channeling my shopping. Let me have self-control. Yeah, I definitely, I got these cute little pants and I've been questioning whether or not I'm going to keep them. And this is the first time I wore them. I'm definitely keeping them. I think that these are so cute. Cynthia says, I definitely would have someone sign a waiver, but I'm happy to oblige. Yes. And here's the thing. Okay. Now here's another thought about hair, which I find really interesting. And Cynthia, you can chime in on this. But isn't it strange how every time, well, I won't say every time, but how often when we have something traumatic happen, like a breakup, the first thing that women do is change their hairstyle. They'll go in and they'll cut it all off. Why do you think that is? Oh, you want to know why I think it is? I think it is because I think sometimes we as women, we feel that we're like required to have a certain hairstyle. And sometimes I think that even though we're not absolutely satisfied with our hairstyle, we feel that that's what society deems that we're supposed to have our hair. And then I'm just like, no, you know what? If you don't wait until you have something traumatic happen. If you want, however you want to wear your hair, just wear your hair. It's a form of self-expression. It's a form of freedom. And we deny ourselves that. More obsessed with the steal deals than the actual products. Got to change that. From where? Yes, changing and releasing of energy. Yeah. See, I always thought it was just kind of like they just, we felt trapped in a relationship, and then when we in that relationship, it's like, yeah, I'm in control now, and I'm going to do something radical. Texas says, I'm still going to do it one day. Have thought about it for at least 15 years. Yeah. And you know what? And that's just the whole thing. And it's just like tattoos. When it's your time, it's your time. And people, a lot of times, they'll come up to me and they'll be like, I've been thinking about letting my hair go gray, but I'm not sure. And I'm like, when you know, you'll know. And don't do it until you want to do it. Um, Linda says, my hairdresser loves shaving my hair as she is sick of doing old lady hairdos. I love it. You know what? She just needs to shave everybody's head. Anywhere, grocery stores, thrift stores, it's something I would have paid full price for. Yeah, I can't pass up a deal. If I see something on sale, even if I don't really need it, I'll be like, but look at how much money I'm saving, and I'll buy it. It does feel like I'm cutting off the past. Yeah, 100%. 100%. And to me, it was like, it was it was a spiritual moment. It really was. It was like, wow, Lonnie, you are in control, and look at you go. You just let go of your past, and whatever your future is, and however you shape it, that's what it's going to be. Staring at coupons more, and I can't help myself with the bomb deals. I'm telling you, you know what? You just never know when you need it. And if you have a coupon and it's a good deal, go for it. I actually am going to Costco when I'm going to be done here. And there's only two things I get at Costco. Well, maybe three. But I get my protein bars at Costco. They are so much more. This is really bad grammar, but they're cheaper. There you go. I just said it. And are you taking us to Costco? I was thinking I'm going to film some stuff there. I was thinking that I might, yeah. And then also too, I'm doing a little recipe for like some stuff that I can snack on at night. It's peanut butter, oats, honey, flax seeds, and chocolate chips because I love snacking at night. It is absolutely my downfall. And instead of eating cookies or that pie that I made, which I'm still eating every night, I'm going to make like a little healthy snack that I get the idea that I'm eating like a little snack, but it's a little bit healthier for me. So I'm working on that one also. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to film at Costco. I have to go get gas too. I don't know how much gas is where you are, but between gas is like $6 and change here. Mm-hmm. It's really good, Marissa. I'll do the video and I'll show you how I put that all together. My boss has a tax-free Sam's Club card. Dangerous. Ooh, 6.40 a gallon. Yeah, that's just about what it is. The Costco frozen mozzarella. Ooh, and spinach ravioli is so good. Ooh, okay. Do you like that? I'm like, ooh. All right, because I have gotten it in the past, but I usually get it from Target, so I'll have to try that. No way, Marissa. It's 3.49 a gallon. California is easily 6.50. Yeah, because I'm getting gas at Costco, and I'll be lucky if it's under $6. If it's 5.99, I'll be happy. And I typically easily, yeah, easily. You have to try it. You'll love it. It comes with the seasoning, and you just put olive oil. Okay, yeah, no, I definitely will try that. Love Costco at Halloween and Christmas. So many great things. That's what I was thinking about doing, Linda. Is I was gonna because I just oh, I have a. Oh, wow. Okay. I am going to be a little late tonight on my live. I forgot I have a meeting tonight. So I just posted a video about me going to TJ Maxx to look at the fall stuff and the spooky stuff. So maybe I'll see what Costco has for the spooky stuff, because I'm all about honoring Halloween for my sister. I found it for 524 in Oceanside yesterday, but I have to drive out of my way, and I do. Yeah, I mean, Costco's on the other side of town, but I'll get in my car and I'll go over there because, and then I find, and here's just my weird thing. Um, yeah, that's what I was thinking, that they would have a bunch of good stuff. But what I was thinking is that, what was I going to say? What was I going to say? What was I going to say? I totally forgot what I was going to say. Yes. I'll get gas at Vaughn's. Yeah, you know what the problem is oh, here's what I do, and it's just like my weird thing, but I don't like to have my tank go under half a gallon. All right? If I have half a tank, this is what I think. And this is how crazy my mind works. I'm driving. I'll look, and if I have under half a tank, I'll be like, well, if a natural disaster happens and zombies become real and I have to drive before the apocalypse, before the zombies attack, I can only make it halfway to my destination. So I need to have a full tank. So if zombies ever attack, I don't have to worry about getting out and filling up my car. That's what goes through my mind. Every single time that, every single time my gas little thingy bobber gets near half a tank, I worry about zombies and about having to escape and worrying about having to get out and get gas while I have zombies trying to chew on my face. Oh my goodness. I think the same way. Hold on here. I think the same way. I have plenty of gas just in case I have to flee. Absolutely. Absolutely. It happens, laugh out loud, the great blackout of 2010 or whatever year it was. Yeah. You know what? And I see enough news that, I love you live on the edge of No, you have to just flip that upside down. You have to keep a full tank. You never know. I mean, we just saw that the thing on HBO where the zombies all happened from mushrooms. It's watch TikTok. There's crazy things happening all over the world, and you just never know. And it seems like after every natural disaster, it doesn't even have to be zombies, but after every natural disaster, there's always lines at the gas station. And I'm like, no, I'm going to be prepared. I eat mushrooms all the time. And I'm like, well, if I'm going to go, I guess I'm going to go from the mushroom. Carrie says it's actually better for your car to keep it no less than half a tank. See, I knew there was more than one reason, and it had to be better for than just zombie running. When the hurricane was coming, I got gas. Sorry, not sorry. You and I were both there. I went to Costco, and apparently every citizen of Temecula had the exact same idea. And I'm like, nope, I'm just going to pay 50 cents more a gallon. I don't have time to wait in that line because, I thought the hurricane was going to be here and sweep me off, right there with all of the other debris. So I paid more, but I topped off my car because I was not going to be waiting in line while whatever disaster was going off. Hello, Sharon Sissy Boyd Skull Chick. So your man scolds you every time. Yeah. So nope. And you know what? And I wasn't ashamed of it. And I went and I got preparations. Yes, I went and I stocked up on food. I had my batteries all ready to go in my flashlight. I was prepared for that hurricane that never happened. But then look at the floods in New York. I mean, you never know. I agree. And I have been around long enough to know that the weather patterns are a little bit different these days than they were back in the 60s, folks. So weather is a little bit more extreme these days. So I have a tendency to keep like my little canned goods stocked. I have gas in my car. That's about it. I'll just drive around and eat canned food. Yeah, and a lot of insurance company places don't cover floods. See, here's the thing. A lot of I know of insurance in California, like if the flood damages comes from the sky down, it should be covered. But if it comes from the ground up, it's not covered. So it's like a weird kind of loophole thingy. It says everyone always acts too cool to be prepared, and then they don't. And then they come asking for me for food and a ride. Absolutely. And here's the thing: is I already know I'm not cool, and I don't care how nerdy you think I look. I always have preparations, and I carry extra dog food. I actually got Indy extra toys just in case for some reason we were going to be trapped in our house for weeks. I wanted to be able to entertain her, so I got her extra toys. We have extra flood insurance in Texas. Brooke, yeah, because we can actually have earthquake insurance in California. But here's the thing about earthquake insurance. Um, yeah, you know what? It's cool to be prepared. But the thing about earthquake insurance is that I've heard in the past that if there's a bad earthquake and your house is damaged or whatever, you have to put a claim in. Sometimes insurance companies take longer to come through than the state. So I don't have earthquake insurance. So if an earthquake were to happen, I would have to rely on, the natural disaster relief fund, I guess. Um, oh, Colleen says, talk about hurricanes. I was in Hurricane Katrina. Really? That must have been terrifying because I was scared with the little bit of wind that we got. I was scared about that. FFs, the pandemic should show us that anything is possible. Exactly. You know what? Who would have ever have thought that that would have been a thing? And the only thing I'm going to say about that is that we all just need to, we all just need to keep ourselves safe. And it became such an angry time. And as far as I'm concerned, you know what? Just do you and be nice. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah. And here's the thing with the toilet paper. I don't know about you, but there's other things to clean my behind with than toilet paper. And I was not going to stress that. I was just not going to stress out on that. I'm like, I'll go scooch around on the grass if I have to. I did not say that out loud, but I said that out loud. Yeah. You know what? I am not beyond, I'm not beyond that. Yeah, get a squirt bottle. Get like one of those super soakers and just be like, there's ways. We have showers. I mean, there's ways. I just, out of everything that we could have panicked over, I think that one was the least one. Okay, so as wild as the TP situation was, I didn't even need to buy any the entire pandemic. I do have a closet full of TP just because that's the way I was raised. I have extra paper towels and I have extra toilet paper. The line around Costco wasn't in it, but ding, I know it was crazy. Yeah, super soaker. You just have a friend. It'd be like, hey, I know that you and I have only been friends for a couple of months, but I got a favor to ask you. You can kind of like do this while you're squirting. Just get in the general direction. Just clean me on up. You know what? Turn around, you have to reciprocate a friend request, and you're all good. See, that's the thing is when you get older, you get resilient. And I 100% am, I can pretty much figure out anything. Great first date. Exactly. You could put that on your a dating profile. You could be like, I am not beyond, I am not beyond super soaking your behind. I think that's a good icebreaker. You could just be like, so what's your thoughts on DIY bidets? Is that how you pronounce it? And then if they're like, there's no way I would ever do that, that you don't got to keep her. You want somebody who's going to be like, I am there for you through everything. And if this is something I can do to help you, then I'm there for you. Yeah. That's all I'm going to say about that. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. I just wanted to thank you all for joining me. I will be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. I love you all. I'll be back and I will